Hi, my name's Matt Harper, and I've just finished my counselling, I suppose you can call that. I used, or Des Howden and myself were paired up with each other. But just anyway, a little bit about myself. I was asked to do a kind of a little bit of a write-up for Resolution. But I decided on doing an actual video because, you know, you see write-ups all the time and, you know, they can be the same old, although they have the effect. I thought I'd rather do something a little bit different and have that little bit of a personal kind of touch to it. So anyway, my journey was, oh, by the way, if you're looking at this, congratulations. Congratulations to getting to this point, okay? It's only going to get better from here. So my journey, 16 years ago, I left the Royal Air Force after 22 years, joined the New Zealand Air Force for about 3 years, and then came out after that. So in total, I suppose about 25 years odd in the military, predominantly in the Royal Air Force, serving overseas, like many airmen do, and military people do, and that comes with its own issues and problems, as we know, which I didn't know I had until I came out. So slowly but surely, they're affecting my life more and more, to a point where it was quite obvious I couldn't hide them anymore, and it was very obvious that I had an issue and I had to address it because it was affecting my work and my family. So probably maybe where you are now, or similar where you are now, something's happened and you've made the right decision. So I initially went to my doctors, and because I was in New Zealand, and I'd served most of my operational service in the RAF in the UK, New Zealand didn't have the support network and wasn't prepared to give me that support network based on my past. So the only way I could kind of get my issues addressed was to try the UK. And I was overwhelmed with support. So you've got a fantastic support network there. However, there was only one agency, if you called it an agency, and that was Resolution PTSD, that accepted me immediately. But just before that, I went to the doctors, and the doctors did what they do best. I suppose all they can do is they prescribed me with some meds. And they also gave me some labels as well, some badges to wear. Okay, so the first thing they recognised was depression, PTSD, anxiety, all that kind of stuff, which I probably know I had, but didn't wear the badges. They gave me the badges to wear, and then I could say to everyone, well, look what I've got. This is why I'm feeling like this. And that's okay in the short run, and I've got some meds as well. But that's all right in the short run, but it doesn't actually do anything, does it? It just makes you feel a little bit better for a very short period of time. And then the symptoms continue. So it was that point where I contacted Resolution and said, please help, and they did with open arms. I also kind of had a condition as well, some conditions that I came with, really, or which I suppose I shouldn't have done, is that I'd like to speak with an ex-military person, because I just thought that we were batting off the same wicket, that we could understand each other. And so they paired me up with Des Howden, and over kind of like it's been over, I suppose, over about a 4 or 5 months period. Well, about 5 sessions, I think it is, and I've finished them now. So you might think, well, 5 sessions, how did that get you sorted out? Because it has sorted me out. So on chatting to Des, he's got some original ways of talking to you. But I've got to make a point here. But one of my worries was that I was going to have to relive everything, and that's what I didn't want to do, because at the end of the day, that's what we want to get rid of. We want to get rid of those thoughts and negative thoughts. And Des, actually, when I'm reflecting on it, never asked me why. Well, why? What was it that you were being affected by? What kind of episodes and stuff like that? Never did he actually ask me to recall them. All we knew is that they were negative, that they held no purpose, that they were doing me no good. No, they just weren't positive thoughts. So why was I getting them? Why was I using them? And slowly but surely, Des manipulated me, I suppose, horrible word, but manipulated me into understanding why I was thinking like that, what triggered them, and gave me the tools very gently over the weeks, gave me the tools to try to to remove them. And that's exactly what he did. He removed the PTSD. It's gone, bang. No more thoughts, because they weren't positive in my life. They meant nothing. They were just getting in the way. So he got rid of them. Well, I suppose we got rid of them both together under an understanding of what to do. He told me what to do. I suppose he did tell me what to do, and like a military man, I took his orders. I said, right, that's exactly what, if you think that's going to make me feel better, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. So that's what I did. And it went. But, and there's always a but, of course I know, although during the journey I thought, well, that's it, I'm cured. Brilliant, that's it, job done. But as we know, every now and then there's a little blip that comes up. So I'm not foolish enough to know that it's finished, because occasionally it rears its head. Not the PTSD, I hasten to add. Just a little bit of depression every now and then. But as soon as it hits, I just follow the rules. Des told me to do this, to do that, to try this, to try that, to take me to my happy place. Now, this won't mean nothing to you, but it's a bus you drive, okay? And someone else was driving my bus, and he was taking me to Shitsville, as Des calls it. And I was going with him. Why would I want to go there? What purpose does it serve? He said, drive your own bus and go somewhere nice. So I went to Florida, hypothetically, of course. And I went to all the nice places I wanted to get with the people that I wanted to go with. And I didn't have to go with this bus driver to anywhere, but I was in control of my own destiny, my own thoughts at that point. And he enabled me to do that. So without waffling on anymore, of course, I'm going to always endorse Des, all right? Because he's the only therapist, if you like, counsellor that I've ever come across, but it worked. You've done probably the hardest bit. It's like going to the gym. Going to the gym, the hardest bit of the gym is actually getting there. Well, the hardest bit you've just done is actually put your hand up and say, yeah, I've got a problem and I need some help. And there's help out there. I mean, I know everyone says that, but it's out there. Just embrace it. Do exactly what you're told to do, all right? And you will get better. You will get better. Thanks a lot.